This is show 53 for today, which is the 23rd, isn't it? Is today the 23rd?
Should we just make that nice and even? So
should be the 23rd today.
Looks good. Right.
And this is for you people watching it on
Is
YouTube.
Is that recording now?
That's recording. That's recording.
Oh, hey!
That's recording. So for you people watching it on YouTube, this is the extra feature.
That's right, and that's recording too, but that's on my private channel because it's got a different angle that is not approved for the Skeptic Zone.
No. So everything's recording. This is a YouTube special extra feature that if you listen to this on the Zone proper, download the Skeptic Zone, you won't hear or see this.
That's right, but you'll be hearing us talking about it.
No, you won't, because we'll start in a minute.
Oh, because we'll edit
this
it
is
out.
all special.
Oh, this is like the director's cut.
This is the director's cut.
And this is the director right here. Richard, good to see you again.
Hello, Stephen. We're back.
We're back in the zone. This must be an episode, 4032 or something?
It is. Good guess.
Oh,
I wish it was. No, it's episode number 53 for the 23rd of October, which is today, by the way.
Oh, today is actually today.
It's actually today.
Today is today. That's a phenomenon.
It's amazing.
And it's zone 53. So it's
53.
actually it's like the first one of the year, but not really, because we missed a couple.
Actually, no, we didn't miss any.
So this is like Happy New Year. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Yeah.
What?
Woohoo! I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've gone over the year.
We have.
So this is a few episodes into the second year.
Okay, but it's 53 because I think there's 52 weeks of the year or thereabouts.
Oh, I see.
So
yes. Early on in the very first few months,
we skipped a couple.
We skipped a couple.
Oh, I remember that. That was a deep and dark, depressing time for me. Well, it's good to be back, and 53 we've got a bit of an interesting episode because we've got the editor from the Scientific American.
Actually, that's right. He's just retired. He was the former editor-in-chief of Scientific American magazine, John Rennie, and Dr. H. caught up with him in New York.
How was he like in that position for a long time?
He was. Actually, I think they mentioned that in the interview.
Right, because that's a pretty established magazine. That's way before the internet.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And she got him. That's fantastic. Now, that's followed by our reporter, nurse Joanne Benamu, who goes and gets a swine flu shot.
A real one or a homeopathic one?
A real homeopathic one. No, a real one. A real one. A real one.
Excellent.
And we can hear her actually getting the shot. Because if you remember about 5 or 6 months ago, I went and I had a shot myself for pertussis.
I remember that. And you said it hurt a little bit.
Hardly at all. Hardly felt it, honestly. Right. Yeah.
Oh, but you're a brave, tough man.
So you're next.
I'd be screaming like a girl.
You're next. We'll have to figure out an injection.
I'll go for the homeopathic one. I'll just have a drink of homeopathic remedy. I'll be fine.
Easy.
And a bit of Reiki.
Everything
will be cool.
Can't forget the Reiki. That's followed by the think tank. Of course, the good old think tank.
Yes. Where is the think tank this week?
In our favourite club down the street, which is the Canterbury Hurlston Park
RSL, which is a bit of a legend of clubland in Sydney. If you ever come to Australia, if you're listening overseas, or if you're in Sydney, go to the CHP RSL because it is a cabaret mecca.
It is. They've got a lot of acts that were really big in the 80s and the 60s, in fact. I think the Searchers or the Seekers or the Seekers or the...
I actually supported the Searchers at Canterbury Hurlston Park RSL a couple of years ago, and they were still walking without Zimmer frames.
Amazing. I tell you what, talking about the Canterbury Hurlston Park RSL, it was there I met Don Lane.
It was not.
It was.
You did
About 5 years back, I was there for some other reason, I can't remember why, and Don Lane was
doing a show there.
Part of the
I
scene.
Told you it was a cabaret
place.
mecca.
Now, we mentioned Don Lane, of course, because he died only yesterday.
Yes.
At 75. And he was the man who kicked James Randi off his variety show.
In a fit of rage.
In fact, I'll just play that clip right now. There you go.
Wow. Isn't that phenomenal? And it was Doris Stokes.
Stokes.
He believed in her thoroughly.
Well, you've got to think of the time it was. I mean, this was Don Lane. He had his show in the late 70s to the early 80s. And that was especially the late 70s, was the big time for all the spoon bending and the...
psychics
all
and
that sort of
talking
stuff.
to funny people, yeah.
And so Doris Stokes and these people would come on the Don Lane show, do their act,
really well and convince a lot of
people. Don Lane was obviously convinced.
Oh, he was convinced.
Here comes James Randi saying, no, it's not really happening. Well, Don Lane spit the dummy, as
That's
we say.
right, because there's good ratings.
Yeah,
good ratings. And it'd be ironic if he was actually up there now looking down on us, trying to break through that sort of veil of communication that the spirit people can't get through to lowly humans like us.
Wouldn't it be ironic?
Wouldn't that be ironic?
That would be just so ironic. And talking about irony,
yes,
and media,
right?
Anyway, here's some really good news. Dr. Rachie and I have just scored a regular gig on Radio 2GB here in Sydney.
You haven't?
I have. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? As a skeptic?
Yeah. Yeah. Starting this Saturday night after 8 p.m. It'll be between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m.
A little chatty bit.
Yeah, we're going into downtown to the studio here in Sydney, and we're going to be on Sydney Radio.
I hope they're not going to call it the Skeptic Zone.
I hope not. I don't know what they're going to call it. But if you listeners want to tune in, you can hear us all around the world. www.2gb.com.
Right, that's fantastic.
You'll have to check your timetables and scales and dates and everything.
Yeah, and it's daylight saving.
Sydney time on Saturday night between 8 and 9, daylight saving.
So add an hour to your normal. And are you getting paid?
Not yet.
Get a contra deal.
No, the rewards will be enormous.
Oh, there'll be just the warm and fuzzy feeling.
The warm and fuzzy feeling. And who knows, they may even hear us in Mexico. I say that because I've had an email from a bloke in Mexico who'd like me to quickly mention his blog, which means Skeptical Dad,
right.
which is http://PAPASCEPTICO
Papa is skeptical.
.wordpress.com.
There you go. And I saw that email actually. He sounds like a pretty cool dude.
He was a great email. Yeah, he sent it to you too, of course.
That's right. And he wants to get a bit of a skeptical thing happening in Mexico, which is a home of a lot of woo woo.
Quite a bit.
So I think we should encourage him. If anyone else is anywhere near Mexico or thinking of heading down there to maybe break bail or something, go and catch up with him and get something set up.
Check out his website. Well, there's so much on today's show, Stefan. I think we've
outstayed our introductory.
We have. We better move on.
Let's go. Enjoy the show. Thanks for listening, and Richard, we'll see you at the tail end.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it.
That's better. You see, this is what you don't get to see or hear normally when you're just listening to the show. YouTube Skeptical Zone fans.
That's right. And I forgot the camera was on, so I probably did all sorts of silly things.
You probably did.
It's crazy.
All right. So now we do the wrap-up.
Richard, another fabulous show.
Wasn't that interesting? Wasn't that interview of John? Wasn't that interview?
And I can wave my arms around on a podcast.
You can. It's amazing.
Yes.
But that's for our viewers.
Our video viewers, yes.
Yeah, we're doing a little video experiment.
Yeah. It's very exciting, isn't it? Yes, very exciting. Hello, camera.
Hello, camera.
Great show.
Yeah, well, I really enjoyed that show. It was always good to be part of the think tank.
It is. I know, but I keep missing out as well.
You can always come.
I know.
The invitation is always there. Well, next week we're going to have an interesting show. We've got another panel from our adventures in Dragon Con.
Oh, yeah.
And this is one that our reporter Kylie Sturgis was taking part of.
Yeah.
And it's all about Darwin's bulldogs, creationism, intelligent design. Ooh. It's got people like Eugenie Scott.
Oh, there's some interesting stuff.
Worth looking forward to.
It's hotting up in that area too, isn't it, at the moment? Because there's been a lot of new sort of scientific things going on, and they're trying to discover more missing links, and it's more about how life's actually evolving.
Isn't it strange that every major discovery they're making now, in the past year, I think there's been several, all support the theory of evolution? Isn't that just... I can't comprehend... How can that
I'm
be?
I'm dumbfounded. How could that ever happen?
I just don't understand it, Stephen.
No.
I just don't understand it. I'll have to keep listening to the Skeptic Zone to learn more, especially next week.
Yes, absolutely. And I believe that I may be doing something coming up in the next episode or two about strange audio stuff, like hearing things backwards and hearing sounds. Yeah, there might just a little bit of a teaser. So it could be something coming up about that. But,
we'll look forward to that.
Yeah, and there may even be something on this particular podcast. Just play it backwards. You never know.
You never know.
But no, honestly, don't waste your time. We'll see you next week, Richard.
Bye.
Bye.
That sounds interesting.
I think.
So thank you to our YouTube fans.